Hey guys, what's up? It's Bella. So today I'm really excited for this video. I actually filmed a video this morning where I tried to show my everyday makeup routine and it was so bad, painfully bad. It was just not the kind of content that I want to put out into the world. So I am doing this instead because I'm way more excited about it. I got this idea in my head where I decided I wanted to save like a crap ton of money next year in 2019. So honestly, this whole idea spawned out of like a bunch of different things. It's not that I'm in debt. It's not that I'm in any type of financial trouble or anything like that. I just feel like I'm pretty young. I'm 24, so like in the grand scheme of things, I feel like that's pretty young. And I feel like it's such a good time to kind of do this experiment and see if I can save up like a bunch of money. I don't know if anybody else just like feels this need to conduct social experiments on themselves, but I don't know, I feel like it would be fun. It's like a good personal development, like, I don't know, good vibes 2019 type of thing. So I came up with 5 different things that I want to kind of change my spending habits on. I don't want to say like 5 things that I'm like getting rid of or like drama, but I would also say that this like kind of falls under the category of minimalism. I feel like I am an accidental minimalist, which I actually wanted to make a separate video on. I just like don't like having a lot of things. I already do not spend like any money, which is kind of funny. I feel like in college, I feel like I kind of was like, I felt like I was a little loosey-goosey with my money. And then now that I'm actually 100% supporting myself and I have like a 9-to-5 regular job with like a normal salary, I don't spend any of my money. It's kind of weird. So this is kind of like a strange thing to do, is to try to save even more money, but I just feel like I get joy out of making things more efficient. Am I just strange? Is any of this relatable at all? We'll see. But I have my stuff written down in this notebook like it's 1759. And yeah, we're gonna get down to business. So the first thing that I basically want to completely stop buying in 2019 is new makeup and new personal care products that I don't need. That's a little asterisk off to the side. So the makeup thing, let me explain. I, like many women out in the world, just have like an overabundance of makeup. It is actually sad. Like looking at my makeup collection makes me feel a variety of emotions, but the primary one is sad because the amount of money that I have spent on buying makeup products that I realistically just don't need at all, is heinous. It is just like so unacceptable. Especially now because I don't actually wear like very much makeup. On a day-to-day basis, I wear the most minimal makeup ever. I think at one point I got down my makeup routine to like 5 products. It was very chill. But I basically don't wear any makeup on a day-to-day basis. On the weekends I never wear makeup because I just don't want to do anything to this face. And I don't know, I can hear Hex in the bathroom doing naughty things. If you don't know, Hex is my kitten. If you don't follow me on Instagram and see all the many pictures that I post of her, she's adorable and a terror, but alas, we are talking about savings, not about cats. But yeah, anyways, my makeup collection is just like completely out of control based on the fact that I don't even use makeup that much anymore. So I don't know, everyone has this problem, right? Like I have like 20 mascaras. I only have this many eyelashes. Like, no one needs that. That's just like insane. So I just got real riled up. I'm just gonna get like really excited throughout this entire video because I'm just like, why do I buy this stuff? And the other thing is personal care products, which I've actually done a really good job of trying to minimize the spending that I do with that in 2018. That was a huge goal of mine that I actually stuck with. And one thing that I've actually completely decluttered is shampoo, which I'm like so excited about. I still have like a lot of conditioner for some reason. I'm like, I don't know why I have like a conditioner addiction, but I am down to only having like 2 different shampoos in my entire home. I don't have backups. I don't have like whatever. I only have 2 and I use them for different things. So I use both of them. And like, that just warms my heart. I love how efficient that is. I love how just minimalist and like, ooh, it makes me feel good. And I want to be that way with all of my personal care products. So it's like, I don't need 600 different artisanal soaps. Like, no person needs that. And like, granted, fancy soap makes me happy. Whoa, what accent was that just came out of my mouth? Fancy soap makes me happy, but you only need 1. So I'm like, next year I'm gonna try to like, soap is just something that I have a lot of. I'm sorry that that's like my example. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So that is my number one thing, and I think I'm gonna kick butt at it. I am not buying more mascara next year. Watch me succeed. The second thing is also like this is a little crazy. I feel like people are not gonna be on board with this. The second thing that I'm kind of giving up is clothing shopping. So I, this year, kind of did this thing where I tried to fill the void in my heart with fancy clothes. And you know what? It worked. It really did. My wardrobe is popping, in my personal opinion, as I sit here wearing like a sweatshirt. No, but I feel like I did this like coping thing this year where every time that I was like bored or a little bit lonely, I was just like, I'm gonna go shopping. And in case you guys missed this update, I live in downtown Chicago now. I moved from out a bit to closer to the city. So right now I live like right next to every store in the world. And honestly, like it created a couple of bad habits for me. And I also, for once in my life, feel like I actually have like a pretty adequate wardrobe. Whereas like I think in years past, I've always been very minimalist with my wardrobe. I am like a hardcore outfit repeater. I don't like owning a lot of different things, but I feel like in the past I've always been like, okay, it's about to be winter and I own one sweater, so I need to go shopping. Now I actually feel like I have clothing for every season, and I don't actually see myself needing to go shopping next year. That's like a bold statement, y'all. Like, this might be a mistake, but I'm gonna try to challenge myself. The one little asterisk that I put on this one is that I'm gonna say I'm not gonna buy any new clothes unless I need a new pair of shoes, because I have to say that I have a couple pairs of shoes that I've had for several years that they're falling apart a little bit. So I foresee actually needing them instead of just being like, oh, I'm gonna buy new shoes. So that's like a legitimate one. And then my other little like caveat is that I'm going to allow myself to buy new clothes if they are thrifted. And that to me is a sustainability thing. I've been really into watching like eco YouTubers and stuff, and I'm just really inspired by people who have given up fast fashion. I actually watched a video the other day about a woman who gave up fast fashion, I think for a year. I'm gonna try to find that video and link it down below because I thought that she was like really funny and it was just like amazing. I'm sorry if you hear Hex making noises. She's just like, she's really cute, but she's like a little bit out of control. She's not YouTube ready. But anyways, I feel like it's really admirable to give up fast fashion. And granted, like I'm doing the extreme version, which is that I'm like, I'm not shopping at all. But that's just because like where I am in my life, and I know myself, and I know I'll probably be able to pull it off for a year as an experiment. But maybe it'll last. Maybe I'll like it and I'll feel like that should be my new lifestyle. So anyways, that was my rant about the clothing part. The third one, oh my God, this one's so stupid, but I have to put this limit on myself because I'm insane. The third one is that I am vowing to not dye my hair next year. So if you know me at all, if you have seen my hair transformations on Instagram, if you know me in real life, if you know me in any shape or form, you know that I love dyeing my hair. It is like my number one hobby in life is crispifying my hair at any given opportunity. And that is not great for my scalp health, but also for my wallet. And I don't even want to know. Okay, I do want to know. I will look it up later how much money I spent on hair dye this year, and I will be appalled, I am sure. I didn't keep track of it necessarily, but like I know that it was way too much. It's just crazy. Like it's just unnecessary too. Like I'm trying to currently grow my hair out. I, for many, many years, had very, very long hair. And then it's been short for like maybe 5 years or something like that. And I'm ready for my hair to be long again. And the only way that I can do that is if I keep it healthy. And I'm just gonna grow it out and not dye it at all unless, again, like a little caveat, unless it's like an emergency. And when I say emergency, it's like if my hair looks absolutely whack, then I will do something to adjust it in a way that will allow me to continue to grow out my hair without dyeing it. I feel like that's reasonable. You cannot say that that is the most insane concept. So anyways, no more hair dye. Even if there was an emergency situation, I have like a bunch of hair dye, and like, you know, for people who love dyeing your hair, you have like a hair dye box. So I shouldn't even have to buy it, really, because I'm prepared. Anyways, I feel like that's a good idea for me. I feel like that's not the most relatable thing, but if you have a hair dyeing addiction, maybe you might want to consider doing that for like the environment, your hair, and your... What accent was that? Guys, I am struggling. Anyways, on to the fourth thing. I feel like this one is very highly relatable for most people. It is that I only want to get takeout once a week, and in the similar category of food, I want to be better about bringing lunch to work. So I don't know why, but this year I developed this awful habit of getting takeout like a million times a week. I would say, I've been trying so hard to be better about it like this month, but I don't know. I would say that I was getting takeout like 3 or 4 times a week for several months of the year. And that's just so absolutely unnecessary because I actually really like cooking. And like, I'm the type of person that I like cooking and just improvising. Like, I don't like following recipes. I just enjoy like putting all these different flavors together and whatever. I actually really enjoy it. And I just like don't give myself the chance to because I'm just so lazy and I'm just like pizza. And honestly, that's the only reason that I'm giving myself the once a week takeout thing is because sometimes I really do like get home really late, or sometimes I'm just like really exhausted and I don't want to cook for myself and I just want to shove pizza on my face. I'm like, that's okay, folks. Sometimes you just need those days. So like, I'm trying to do this, not like trying to restrict my life. This applies to everything. I'm not trying to restrict my life and I'm not trying to make myself miserable. These like goals that I'm setting for myself, I know that they're realistic for me in particular, and I know that they're not going to make me unhappy. They're actually going to simplify my life. So that's just trust that I'm not going to be completely miserable. And the other thing is, oh my God, the lunch thing for work. So like I said, I work like a 9-to-5 regular person job, and I got into this awful habit of just like buying lunch every single day because we have a food court in our building and it's really easy to just walk out and grab food. That's not fiscally responsible. That's not like health-wise responsible either. There must be a better word for that. That's not like nutritious. I don't know. It's just not a good idea. And like, I actually have a separate budget in Mint. So I don't know if any of you guys use mint.com. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm not cool enough to get sponsorships like this. Mint.com is a website that lets you budget stuff, and it lets you enter like all the different accounts that you might have, and it lets you track any like debt that you might have, like student loans or whatever. And then it lets you make these different budgets that are honestly like incredibly specific. And I'm like, if you can't tell by this video, I'm just like a little bit controlling over the things in my life, such as finance. So I actually I have all these different food budgets in Mint, and I have one that is grocery shopping, which I have always spent very little money on groceries for whatever reason. Oh yeah, it's because I'm getting takeout, duh. But I have one section that's groceries. I have one section that's restaurants or eating out, and that's like not takeout again. Well, yeah, maybe takeout goes into that section. I'm not sure. Clearly I haven't looked at it in a while. And then I have a separate section that is specifically me buying lunch at work. So it's like you can set certain restaurants or certain like locations or whatever to always tag under a certain budget. So I just entered like every restaurant that I normally get. Restaurant is a strong word. Every like fast food place that I usually get lunch at work goes like, it funnels into that lunch budget, and it is just like an insane amount of money. Like, it is dumb. So I have to stop doing that. And there are a lot of like semi-healthy-ish options of stuff that you can take into work. Like, I'm gonna try not to revert to the whole like lean cuisine or whatever, or like ramen. Like, I'm gonna try my best to also make healthy choices on top of just like trying to save money. So hopefully that kind of gets my life together and forces me to like not be so gross all the time. And the last one, number 5 on the list, is public transportation. So I am guilty of probably what so many other people in Chicago are guilty of, or in any major city, which is that I don't use public transportation as much as I should. I actually think that last year, 2017, was my worst year in terms of like travel expenses. I spent so much money on Lyfts and Ubers. And like I said, I used to live further out from the city. So every time I wanted to meet my friends for drinks, or do literally anything. Or like if I was running really late in the morning and I had to get an Uber to get to work for a meeting or something like that on time, the Lyft would be so expensive. It would be like 20 something dollars, which is unacceptable. And thankfully, now that I live closer, I feel like those Uber slash Lyft expense, I shouldn't say Uber, I don't want to support that company. Like, if you don't know about all their poor business practices, educate yourself, but let's just say Lyft, because that's the only thing I use. Lyft expenses are much cheaper because I live closer to the city and I live closer to the places that I usually go. So that's been a huge help, actually. And that's been really convenient. But at the same time, there are so many times where I just tell myself like, oh, I'm like getting ready in the morning to go and meet my friend on a Saturday, let's say. And I'm like, okay, I need to leave by 11:30 to get somewhere at noon. And I'll be getting ready and I feel like I'm getting a little bit late. And then I'm just like, okay, it's fine. I'll just keep getting ready and I'll just take a Lyft there instead. No more of that in 2019. That is canceled. I am not allowed to do that anymore. I have to set boundaries for myself. That's also like Bella Stop Being Late challenge, perhaps, in 2019. I have a lot of resolutions going on in this video. I just feel like I need to just hold myself to that standard and get out the door at the right time and like account for the extra time that public transportation might take and just deal with perhaps the minor inconvenience of having to wait for the bus for like 20 minutes or something like that. In the long run, I feel like it'll be worth it. And it's just not that big of a deal. Like, I just need to suck it up. So I don't know if you guys feel like you related to any of this stuff, leave a comment below. If you have other goals for yourself with finance that you think that like maybe I would also want to try out for next year, let me know and I can add it to my little list. I am like really excited. I get very psyched about making New Year's resolutions and I get very excited about the concept of like bettering myself and making better habits. So I hope that maybe I inspired some of you guys to do the same. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. When you give a video a thumbs up, it makes it easier for people to find it in search. So if somebody's Googling like finance shit, my video would pop up a lot sooner if you gave it a thumbs up. So I would highly appreciate that. And if you liked watching, also click the subscribe button. I would also appreciate that very much. So I hope that you guys have an amazing day and I will talk to you soon. Bye.